Okay, we're going to try this again. Yesterday, Saturday, I did a video, uh, made a couple of mistakes, so we're going to try it again. This is Riding with Ken. Um, we'll get started and then we'll talk. Okay, I have to try to adjust this camera angle again and see if we can get a better view. Okay, hopefully this is better. All right. Oh man, it's a beautiful day, Sunday, uh, on beautiful bike path. What I was saying yesterday, and you guys didn't get a chance to hear me because I hit the time lapse. But what I was saying about riding the e-bike or any bike for that matter is that this is so therapeutic, getting out on the trails, paths, and riding. Get a chance to clear your mind, think things through. I mean, I guess communing with nature and all. But having an e-bike, especially once you get an age, I'm 64, so have bad back, bad knee, hips, so a little bit worn out, but e-bikes allow you to get back out and ride. You can pedal, for the exercise, or you can throttle for the comfort. This is my second e-bike. My first, I had an easy pedal 26-inch bike, electric bike, about 9-10 years ago. I was living in the city. I used to ride on Lakeshore Drive, not Lakeshore Drive, but the path, Lake Path, and every day, almost year round, until the snow got so tough that I couldn't. But it was an excellent bike, you know. This 14-inch wheel, 400 watt motor bike I have now is fine. I don't ride for speed. I ride for comfort and just to relax, get relaxed. Little chipmunk. For those that have physical problems, getting an e-bike, and I know they advertise and push these big bikes and big wheels and big tires and big motors and all of that, and that's fine. For me, it was a question of what could I handle with my my medical problems, which is my back and my knee, and I can't lift those big bikes, and if I have an incident, I have to be able to maneuver and move. So I had to get something that was more, suitable for my condition. And that's what you need when you're shopping for a bike, and be it e-bike or any bike. You should, really think about getting something that you can handle, and think about the worst case scenarios. Can you lift the bike up? Can you pull the bike from something, or off of something, or any, but the maneuverability, that's important. I've heard, I've looked at YouTube, and the YouTube guys, talk about falling off their bikes and really getting hurt. Well, I mean, you can fall off a tricycle and get hurt, but I'm just saying, with this bike, I have, if I fall, it's low to the ground, it's not high, it's not, and the only reason why my bike is a little heavier, because of all this gear I have on it, all of the accessories, which I'm going to show you guys when I get to a rest stop. I have a lot on it, and it has, cut down actually my speed. Again, I'm not riding for speed, I'm riding for comfort. So that's what makes the difference, and that's what you have to decide when you're buying a bike. What do you want it for? Like I said, when I want exercise, I can pedal. Now, I've heard a lot of guys that talk about the 14-inch bikes, and they said, well, when you try to pedal, I'm pedaling now, and they say, oh, it's like, it's not, it's useless to pedal. I'm pedaling, So what it is, what you have to do, you have to get in sync with the cadence. That's the issue, Now, again, watch. This is me pedaling, You just have to get in sync with the cadence, and it's just as comfortable, So I don't have any issues with the pedaling. I like I said, when I want to pedal for the exercise, then I do it, But talking, narrating, it's more comfortable or easy, to just throttle. So that's what I'll do. But this bike, I can get very good mileage. Right now, my max range is about 20, I would say about 28, 29 miles. 28, 29 miles, one charge, easy. And that's not bad for this bike. My wife and I bought, we both have the same bike, so she doesn't ride a lot. So what I end up doing is I take her battery and take it with me. So in case I want to be venturous and go further, then, I don't have to worry. But this bike is excellent, but the ride itself, like I said, it's so therapeutic. And when you're on the path, you see people, they're friendly, they speak, it's just a whole different vibe when you're riding your bike, you feel the feeling of freedom, you're just communing with nature, basically. You see the animals, it's just a wonderful feeling, like I said, you don't have to race. I see the guys. They be in their spandex and they be traveling fast, and I guess they're out for the exercise, or I don't know, the speed. I guess I have no clue what they're doing and why they're doing it. But I'm just saying, for me, it's strictly about the convenience and the relaxation. Um, I don't knock anybody for what they do and how they do it. Uh, but what used to jazz me is that people would, people have, would have issues about electric bikes on a path. Those they have a motor and they go too fast. But I guarantee you can talk to almost any e-biker, and he or she would tell you the guys that's pedaling or females that's pedaling go fast on the path than any e-biker. I mean, they're always traveling fast. What I can say about the e-bikers, that we know the ability of our bikes, and we know they can move out when we want them to, but we also know it can be dangerous on a path. So usually e-bikers follow a good rule and stay the speed limit on the path. You know, that's one thing that I've noticed, and I can say that I've noticed about e-bikers. They do stick to unless they get an open road or open place where they know that, they got a clear shot and they can see, then they'll open it up just to see what it can do. But other than that, when they're on paths, they're more respectful than the regular bikers. So when people have complaints about electric bikes, I'm tripping. I'm like, you must haven't watched any kind of or been on any kind of path, because you have those guys on regular bikes, are moving. And like I said, I'm sure in their mind they're being careful, But I just think it's dangerous when especially depending on the time you're on the path. If when it's later, and if family's going to be out on the path, and if you go early and the path is pretty clear and that, then that's fine. But when you know that it's families out, and kids and they're and elderly are out on the path, why would you want to ride like you in a race? How you doing, brother? All right. So, it's just common sense and common courtesy, I think. But e-bikes are, to me, it's heaven sent, because, as we've gotten older, and the younger generation, as my four grandparents and aunts and uncles used to tell us, keep living. That's all you have to do. Keep living. You'll get to this point, and you'll have a better understanding. We thank God that we have this technology, that we can still get out on the paths and ride and go the distance, and not get back home either in an ambulance or so the next day you're out of commission for 2 days. That's not cool. So it's a convenience. It's a tool, and it's a wonderful tool that we have, because you get a chance to really see nature. This bike is really, I would say this. Ebkarocy, I guess I'm saying it right, 14-inch. I must admit, I am thoroughly impressed and surprised since I've gotten this bike, how it has performed for me. I weigh 185, 6, depending on what burger I've eaten. You know, and and then, like I said, I've put at least another maybe I would just say 10 pounds of gear added to the bike. You know, they said the bike will go 22 miles. That I haven't gotten, you know. Morning, morning. I haven't reached those speeds, and I know why. So I'm not tripping about it, and you know. But I average between 14, 15. I can get up to 18 miles, 19 if I'm really on a good surface, you know, and that's good enough for me. You know, like I said, I'm not in for the speed, but what I enjoy about this bike is the battery time I have. I have good. I get good miles on this bike. You know, on one battery, one charge. You know, and it surprised me. I mean, it literally surprised me. I didn't expect it. You know, so morning. Yeah, I kind of like talking while you come up to people and you kind of don't want to be talking and looking strange. But I'm sure people know if you know they see someone talking and they can figure it out what's going on. But this path is just really phenomenal, though. Uh, Try to get my wife to come out more, but she's got to get used to it. But she gets nervous when someone passes her. She gets nervous going across certain terrain, you know. And I'm like, sweetie, the only way you're gonna get used to it, you have to get on the bike and ride, you know, and concentrate. She's looking in the woods and she hears sounds, and that makes her nervous. I'm like, oh my God. When we're riding together, I love riding with my wife, and you know, we have a good time. But it's just, it will take all day to ride with my wife because she stops, she's nervous. I'm like, oh my God. And she'll say, go ahead, go ahead. You know, I'm not gonna leave her. So, and she's constantly stopping. Someone can come past and she just gets frazzled. And I'm like, sweetie, what is the problem? You know, so she does have vertigo. I must admit that. So that's part of the problem. But so tell her just, you know, every day if you want to get out, you know, and just ride up you know, on our block, you know, just to get used to, you know, because she says too fast. It'll get away from you if you're not holding on and you're grabbing the throttle wrong and, you know, everything. So when you're just starting off with an e-bike, you know, you have to get used to, you know, the automatic motion when, you know, with a regular bike, you know, if you move the pedal, that's when you're gonna move. But with the e-bike, if you have the throttle, you know, you grab the throttle wrong, you can that sucker get away from you, you know. So you have to be careful and you know, think about what you're doing, concentrate. Uh, I don't. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily have a channel. It depends. I'm not really a talker. I, you know, I don't want to get into politics, social issues, and all of that, because the only thing it brings up is spiteful and you know, behavior. You know, uh, I said before, I'm 64 years old. I've lived my life and I've been through it. As they say, been through it all. So I don't need to rehash what I already know. But at this time in my life, I just want to find things, you know, find some peace for me, my family. You know, that's all I want. I don't give a damn who's in office. Leave me the hell alone. You know, so I'm a veteran. I've served my country, you know. Uh, so I'll just leave it at that. But hopefully you're seeing all this path and all of the scenery. I have the camera so close to my chest, so I really can't see what you're seeing right now. But it's beautiful. Um, this path, you know, I haven't checked to see exactly how long this path is. I'm gonna do that, and I'll put it in you know, on the screen so you can see how long this path. Uh, it's pretty long, you know. Uh, and they have little paths that cut off from this main path. That I say I said that one day I'm gonna, you know, try to cut off and go and see all of these different little offshoots of this path, see where it leads me. You know, that should be interesting. And the other thing you gotta watch out. Of course, we all know when you're riding through, you know, a path, bugs. Eating bugs. Now, I ordered a full face helmet. Actually, it's a face shield helmet. So when I'm on the path, you know, and you know, I won't be eating bugs all the whole trip. You know, you're narrating the ride and. You know, you're talking and your mouth is open. You're gonna get some protein. You know, and that I don't want to do. So, I know the other day I caught one. I happened to catch it between my lips and spit it out. I'm like, oh man, that's gross. So. I said, man, I can't wait till my helmet comes because I don't care how I look. I could probably look like somebody out of space. I don't know, or I don't know if you guys, you know, I just don't care. Like I said, I want what's best for me, and in my ride, I want to be comfortable. I want to be able to enjoy it. And if I decide to continue with this, you know, start what I'm doing, the channel, then I want to be able to talk and feel comfortable. Now, I don't have the mics and stuff yet because I don't know if I'm going to do it. So I'm not getting ready to invest the money in all of the, you know, camera equipment if I'm not going to really do this. So I just want to see first, uh, if you want to comment, I welcome any positive comments. Any negative comments you have to say, please keep it to yourself. I don't need to hear it, and I don't see why you waste your time to try to say something negative anyway. What we need to do is put out positive energy, not negative. My grandmother used to say, if you don't have anything good to say, then don't say anything. That's my motto, you know. But yes, this is, man, I I will do this because it is therapeutic. So whether I post it or not, I'm still may tape it, take my rides just because it is therapeutic. It's like sitting on a couch and talking. So I enjoy this, and I can say whatever I want based on, depending on what I'm going to do. If I'm going to post it, then, that's one thing. But as far as the being therapeutic, and this is for any of you guys, you want to get out and ride and, tape, document your ride and talk. I guarantee you it's good. You'll feel good, afterwards. You just, kind of vent to yourself on camera, you know. So, yeah, that I should know where these little humps are by now, and that's the thing when you're trying to narrate. You're not really focusing on the path as much as you probably should be. But yeah, it's man, this is such a wonderful experience, and like I said, I enjoy riding the path, and the people just really seem so friendly. Yesterday I went, I stopped in this little town, Frankfurt, and the little downtown area, and stopped in a restaurant and got some pizza and Coke, and it was great, just relaxing, and it was so cool, yeah. So, and also when you're riding, you get a chance to see people backyards, and the homes are really beautiful. People keep them so well, and just see so much, this little bike is like a little mule. It can go. I keep saying it, but I am so impressed with this little bike. I'm 5'8", so I'm not a tall guy, and so this is perfect for me. Actually, when I had my 26-inch, I looked like a little kid on a big bike. But I loved it. But it was heavy. That sucker was. One time I was going to work. Well, it was in the winter. It was snow, and I had to push it, and that was like pushing 10 tons up a hill. That's what it felt like. So that's why I said, get something that you can really handle, based on your physical and medical background, because you want to be able to enjoy your ride, and no matter what happens, if I get a flat, I got the necessary things. I could change this tire. I mean, not change it, but fix the flat. I don't have to worry about maneuvering this giant. Matter of fact, I named my bike, my other bike, called it Goliath. That's how big it was, you know. And Goliath was a monster, but this little rascal here, man, it can get out. I like that. And when I need a little speed, it can go. It goes fast enough for me. I mean, if I had something that would do 35, 40, I would not do it. I mean, that's reality. I mean, I would not do it. That's just too fast. Why would I want to go that fast on a bike? You know. So, yeah, that's not something I would want to do. You know, uh, it's just too much. You know, so uh, when I'll be coming up to a spot, I want to. I'm not gonna tape this whole trip because it's gonna be too long. But I am gonna when I get to a rest stop, I'm gonna give you guys a walk around the bike and let you see my gear and my rollout gear, I call it. When I get on my bike and get out, these are the things that I have. Uh, and like I said, if it depends on you know. Uh, I don't know if I want to continue to do this, uh, uh, but we'll see. You know. Uh, but I will say this again: for those that ride and those that thinking about riding, you know, find a path, a bike path or a trail, and get on it and record your ride, and I guarantee you, I promise you, you're gonna feel different. You're gonna feel better. Uh, it just makes you feel good. It makes you feel good. Um, you're talking and you're thinking, you know, and you're looking at nature and smelling the fresh air. Man, it's it's great, you know. I highly recommend it, you know. And it doesn't matter what kind of bike you're on. It really doesn't. I mean, if you're on a electric bike or regular pedal bike, it doesn't matter. Just get out. See, want it clear your mind. See, want it make you feel better. Uh, if it's only for that ride, that it relieve that whatever stress you were thinking about and things on your mind, it helps. It really does. So I would say, uh, we have to think about our health, and 'cause there's nothing else we can do if we don't have our health. Uh, I I want. How you doing, sir? How you doing? I I told my wife next year I would like to go on one of the rail trails, the Allegheny. No, I'm sorry, the Gap Trail from Pennsylvania to what is it? Uh, Cumberland, Maryland. Yeah, and that's 150 miles. So I figured I can do it in 2 to 3 days. One extra with an extra battery, light camping gear. But I only plan on camping one night. The other night I'm staying in a hotel. So, and the site for camping, they do. I could charge my batteries, and so I'm like, man, that's kind of like my bucket list. That's and I first I wasn't sure if this bike could handle it, but the only thing I'm going to do different with add on, should I say, is I'm buy some better tires, maybe get some better brakes. Uh, but other than that, man, I'm set. I have my bags, my that fit on my bike, So I know this bike was now I definitely know this bike can make it. It could do it, you know. Uh, and I ride in between first and second gear, So I don't ride in third gear because it's really pointless because I said like the weight. I'm not going to get to 22 and I don't need to get to 22 miles or 20 miles. But so the range, is perfect. So I know the range I can make. I know uh, how many miles I need to get to my first rest area. So, man, I'm set. So I've been getting my gear, buying my gear, things I need. So I got until next year, so I don't have to, go broke trying to get everything at one time. So it's been cool. So I've gotten bits and pieces so far, and I'm gonna wait until I get everything and take the Amtrak to Pennsylvania. And well, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do from Pennsylvania to Cumberland, Maryland, or from Cumberland, Maryland to Pennsylvania. Now, if I do from Cumberland, Maryland, the elevation, you start at the top and come down. If I do it from Pennsylvania and go to Cumberland, Maryland, it's a hike up. So which would be better for this bike and my batteries? Either way, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing once I get to that elevation height. If it's going to pull on my battery, it's going to pull on the battery regardless. But I'm just saying, I don't know. I'll decide. I think one of the things I'm kind of basing it on is the area, the two sites that I'm going to spend the night. The one is a hotel, and that's in Cumberville. I think it's called Cumberville. No, Cumberlandville. I don't remember. But anyway, that's where I'm going to stay at the hotel. And this other place is oh shoot, I'm terrible at my memory is shot. But anyway, I'll post it if I'm gonna. That's gonna be some things that I'm talking about. But anyway, but that's the plan next year to do that. Uh, yeah. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm excited about this little bike doing it. I think this little mule can get it. Uh, the worst things, uh, the worst thing can happen if it don't make it. Something happens. What I do like about this particular rail trail is very free. Is frequently used. Is frequently maintained. So you can always get assistance. So that's another reason why I picked this particular trail. You know, so that's the plus. You know, yeah. So, oh man, I changed my seat from the original seat, and I'm having second thoughts. I thought this seat was better, but I don't. I've written. Have I? No, I didn't ride this far on the original seat, but um, hell, this I was starting to feel this seat before I even got to the path. So I don't know. I may change back to the original seat because this is not cutting it. Um, feel like I'm laying on a sack of potatoes. This is crazy, And so far I've ridden 12 miles, and and my butt is, like I said, feel like I didn't sat on a brick because it's and this is supposed to be a good seat. It's got the firm and cushy padding. I mean, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to rethink this seat. Good morning. Oh, so yeah, yeah, man. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I think I'm gonna go to my favorite, well, a spot where I stopped yesterday, and then that's when I'll kind of go over everything with you guys. And that's if it's not busy. Let's see what time it is. Oh, it's 11:53. So hopefully it's not too crowded or anything. Because it's the weekend, and people get out and families get out. Oh, we're here. We're just about here. So let me see let's see if I can find a spot we can pull off to and kind of show you guys. It's a beautiful little area. They got a little festival going, and I might check it out. It's nice. Yeah, I might go through, kind of check it out, see what. Oh man, it's crowded. Ooh man, yeah, it's real crowded. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna rethink this. I'm not going over it and all of that. I don't wanna. gonna do. I'll find a little spot and we can talk. And if I go over there, I'm gonna get off my bike, so I'll be riding. You know, I, that's what I was saying about. I think we end up doing. We I think we have a lot more. Go over here under the tree, out of shade, into some shade. Okay. Okay. So this is where I stopped, and yeah. So this is the bike. I'm gonna do a little walk around. Uh, Show you some of the things that of course, the mirror, water bottle holder. Uh, then I have my light. Ooh, I didn't know I had my light on. And then the bar bag, the center bar bag. I got all my tools in there. And this is my tripod, and then my trunk. And this is the seat. The seat is murder. And this here, show you this. This is pretty cool. Take this off. And this is, for emergencies. Yeah, so. But the only thing is, putting it back in, you gotta hit it pretty hard. But yeah, and then you see I have a little plate. So yeah, I really enjoy it. It's really a decent little bike. All right, guys, that's gonna be it. I don't know if I'm gonna go further down the path or I'm going to head back. Like I said, they have this little festival going over there. I might go, but if you look at this park, it's really pretty, you know. So yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.